Here is the blueprint for training tutorial number 5. As you can see, the material that we're using is aluminum 6061. This blueprint can also be found on www.emastercam.com. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mastercam X9 lathe training tutorial number 5. As you just saw from the previous slide, that is the blueprint that we will be referencing in order to create this part. As you can also see, I've gone ahead and established my grid under grid settings and changed my default color to dark blue. I did this by going through step number 1, which is setting up the graphic user interface. I'm going to again continue on from step number 2. Come up to the top and select Create. Go to Line and select Endpoint. From here, change the length of the line to 0.25 and change the angle to 90. Select Enter on your keyboard. Select the origin. Once this is done, select Apply. If you are having trouble seeing, simply zoom in via the Fit command or zoom out with your middle mouse wheel or unzoom button up at the top. From here, we are going to change the line distance to 0.75, hit Enter, and change the angle to 180 degrees. Hit Enter again. From here, select Entity A. Select Apply. Change the length to 0.1875 and change the angle to 90 and hit Enter again. Once this is done, select the line here. Select Apply. Change the line length to 0.25 and the angle to 180 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard. Select the endpoint here. Select Apply. Change the length to 0.125 and change the angle to 270, hitting Enter on your keyboard. Select the endpoint here. Select the Apply button. Change the length to 0.625 and the angle to 180 and hit Enter on your keyboard. Select the endpoint here. Select Apply. Change the length of the line to 0.1125 and change the angle to 270 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard. Select the entity here. Select the Apply button. Change the value of the length of the line to 0.2 and give it an angle of 180 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard. Select this entity here. Select Apply. Change the line length to 0.05 on 90 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard, selecting the endpoint here. Select Apply. Change the length to 0.5 and the angle to 180 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard, selecting the endpoint here. Select the Apply button. Change the length of the line to 0.125 and change the angle to 90 degrees and hit Enter on your keyboard. Once this is done, come up to the top and select the fast point. Enter the value 0, negative 2.325 and hit Enter on your keyboard. Once this is done, select OK. I'm going to zoom in so you can see my geometry. If your line didn't create here from the pass point command, simply come down to Planes, go to Lathe Diameter, and change to +D +Z, and that should fix it for you. Once this is done, come over to the top here and go to Create. Scroll down to Arc and choose Arc Tangent. From here, we want to ensure that this is selected. Dynamic tangency. Select this line here, followed by selecting this endpoint here. Once that's done, select this endpoint here. Select OK when finished. Once this is done, highlight this line and hit Delete on your keyboard, as we no longer need it as a reference line. Come up to the top and select Create. Scroll down to Relief Groove. Once this is selected, make sure that the shape is OD thread, and select the dimensions from the table. We are going to scroll down until we find 1/2 inch -13 UNC right here, and select OK. Once we've established this, come down to Orientation and make sure that it is +X. Come down to the Z position and change the values to -0.75 and change the D to 0.5 if necessary. The position tells Mastercam where the relief groove will be created at. You can also specify the Z position of the front of the relief groove or the back by selecting one of the graphics. From here, we will go ahead and select OK. As you can see, our relief groove is created. From here, go back to Create and select Relief Groove once again. Ensure that we have OD thread selected and select the dimensions from the table once more. This time, we're going to do 5/8 UNF. Scroll down until you find what we're looking for. 5/8 UNF and hit OK. Once this is done, ensure that shoulder on right is selected. Your +X is also selected. Under Trim Break Horizontal or Vertical Lines, we want to break lines at groove and change to this. Once this is done, we are also going to hit the Select button and select this corner right here. Mastercam now says, press Enter to continue. After pushing Enter on our keyboard, ensure your values match the drawing. We need to change the Z position to be -0.75 and hit Enter on our keyboard. Once this is done, you can see that by hitting the Select button, we are able to change this value, as it will snap back to -1, which is what we want it to be. Select OK when finished. After this is done, come up to the top and go Create, Chamfer, and select Entities. Give the proper distance of 0.03125 and ensure that the style is number 1, distance. Select this line to this line and select this line to this line. Once this is done, your part should look as shown. Hit the OK button and come up to the top and select File, Save As, and then type in tutorial number 5 and save it to a location where you can find it. Hit the Save button.